Joined now by three-time NBA champion, Chicagoland native, and newest investor in the Chicago Sky, Dwyane Wade. How are you today?
I'm doing great. I'm here. You can see you hear the environment behind us. I'm doing well. Just got in town. I want to make sure I come and catch a game. And it's so happening to be against the defending world champions, so it's a good day.
What brought you into the WNBA investment in the first place? Why the W?
Well, I mean, I'm a fan of the game of basketball. I respect the W. I've followed it for so many years, and I just felt like the time was right. You know, getting an opportunity to talk with Michael, getting an opportunity to talk with Nadia, and all the ownership group and all the excitement that's going on with the team. As a Chicago kid, as someone who invests in other sport leagues, this was something that didn't feel like business. This was something that felt personal, and so I'm thankful for the support.
And you said in the past that your mom was a Sky fan before you ever became a Sky fan, and she's a season ticket holder and everything. What are your memories just of the WNBA when you were growing up here in Chicago and when the Sky first got started in 2006?
Well, I think the first memory I have is when the Sky first, they practiced at Attack, and I used to work out down there with my trainer, Tim Grover, and I used to get a chance to see them. Sylvia Flowers, they was like, this was that area, this was that era. And I became friends with a lot of them, right? Ty Young was a friend of mine. Like, I became friends, and I didn't look at it as anything but just being friends of the players, just like in the NBA. And then my mom wanted to go to a game. And I was like, oh, okay, well, let's go to a game. And from there, the relationship with her and the organization was built. She started doing things with the organization, started coming to games, started doing things in the community. They started coming to support my basketball camp and so forth and so on. And so I just, like I said, just being a kid in Chicago, just a fan of the league, never knowing that I would ever have the opportunity to be an investor in this league at all.
And you've said you're a friend of the league. You've also been a friend of the team for a while now. How long have these conversations for you to invest in the team, how long have they been going on?
A little more than a year on my side. My financial manager, Ginger Gordon, who's here as well. I know Michael, all just from a long time ago. The conversation just started to happen. I think as Nadia came in and as Michael and Nadia was looking to see how we're going to do this different. How do we want to build the future? And I was one of the people they thought of. So I got a chance to sit down with them All-Star Weekend in Utah, talk about their vision for Chicago Sky going forward, and seeing if I could have a place here to help with that vision. And I feel like I do. It's a lot of work to do. It's not going to happen tomorrow, but I think this is a step in the right direction.
And players, when I've spoken to them about just the news and everything, first off, they're so excited to have someone from the NBA kind of put their money where their mouth is, which you even put in your Twitter. What is it about not just showing up to games, but also investing in the W that helps move the W forward? Well,
just, any way I can, I try to lead the way. And it's not for everyone. It's for the ones that are looking for assets and looking for opportunities and seeing what else is it that I can do outside of basketball. And I'm just trying to show those individuals here, these are the things you can do. And so, when I could, I showed up at the game. When I could, I tweeted out stuff. Also, when I can, I'm investing, right? I have the opportunity to do that. I'm at this time. I have a team that wanted me to be a part of this. And so I know what support means. I know what my support looks like. And I can feel it throughout the league. This is not about me. I'm glad that it kind of gave it a little boost. But we want to get back to the focus. And the focus is on these women. The focus is on this game and growing it.
The one thing that they've been loving more about the investment outside of just the actual capital coming to the team is that you are someone with a basketball mind that can kind of be a conduit for them while they're on the floor. There's things that you know that they need, like a practice facility, like expanding facilities, expanding personnel. Is that something that you actually want to have a big hand in, is creating things like that, the practice facility, expanding personnel, marketing, and everything like that?
Well, I'm new to it, and we've had a few meetings, and I'm just trying to learn as much as I can. Do I want to be a part of all those things? In the way that I can. I know it's so many different people that have their own responsibilities in this organization. I obviously come with a wealth of knowledge from the game of basketball that no one else has. And they're definitely going to lean on me for that. I'm definitely going to make sure that I express those things. Change is only going to happen if it's something that we all want to do. And so I want to learn how we can make that change. How can we do it immediately, and how can we plan for the future and what that looks like. And so it's just a lot to learn. I can't just come in and say, I want to get these things done, because Michael's the principal owner of this team. And a lot of things have to go through Michael. But I think you also don't run away from what needs to be done. It's no secret that, listen, this is a beautiful city. We feel like we should have some of the best players in the WNBA that want to play in this city. There's some things that we have to get better at and we have to grow. And a lot of that comes from investment, from investors like myself, and also the city of Chicago, and also in a couple of years the media deal. So it's a lot of things we want to do. We got a now plan, and we also got a future plan.
And then one of my last questions, you said there were things that you've learned in this investment process. What's one thing that took you kind of by surprise and that was unexpected through this process and investing in the W?
Well, not really in the W as much as it's been in the NBA. I played in the NBA for 16 years, and then I got on the opposite side, on the management side with the Utah Jazz, and I started learning the business. I started learning, like, if I was a player, I could have thought about it different. I could have done it a smarter way. And players don't really get into that side. You kind of play, you let your agents kind of handle that. But the business side of it, if it's supposed to be a partnership, we're supposed to help each other. And there's better ways to do it, and I feel like sometimes the ways that it's done. And I want to be able to bring that, some of that mindset and that mentality here to the W before this league, is at a place where it's 75 years in, like the NBA. We're 27 years in, and the goal is that this 27 is talked about like we remember when, and the next 27 is look where we are now, and look how global we are. And so it's just a lot of things that I know that I want to bring to the front office, just questions that I will ask to make you think different about how maybe you thought about it, because I see it and I get a chance to be around smart, like-minded people in the WNBA that are trying to, and with Ryan Smith, that is trying to change the way that it's been presented, and how do you present it a different way. And so I want to challenge this guy to do that as well. And so I'm just going to come in with a lot of questions, and I'm going to listen a lot as well.
Sorry, one last question for you here. Why the WNBA now?
The WNBA now, for a lot of reasons. One, because the city of Chicago needs this now. Our team needs this. We're coming off a championship 2 years ago. We don't want to go the other way. We want to go right back. Right, Chicago needs it now. In the WNBA, you have generational players on the way. You have generational players that are playing right now. Asia Wilson, Aaliyah Boston, and we've had them over the years. We've had the Candace Parkers of the world and so forth, but now we're getting a whole lot of them that's coming out of college, and we want to make sure that this is the league and the place that they want to be, they want to play. There should be no league in the world that's bigger and better for a platform than the WNBA, and that's on all of us to see how we can make that a reality.
Thank you so much for joining me and talking to me about your new business adventure, and hopefully we can see you in some more sky blue at some sky games moving forward. There you go. Flex on them a little bit. I love it. Thank you so much for chatting with me, Dwyane. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.